episode. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to a Friday morning. We've made it. It is the 12th day of July. It's going to be a little wet, at least for the next day and a half or so.
That's okay. I just need summer to slow down, please.
Today is New Conversations Day. It's World Kebab Day.
Oh.
Simplicity Day. And Etch-a-Sketch Day. Did you have an Etch-a-Sketch as a kid? Do you even know what one is?
I did not, but my grandmom had one for us. And just so we could play with it. And I was so obsessed.
It was the original screen. Yes.
I was trying to, you would turn it to make the thing move.
Yes, we know. That's how it works.
Okay.
That's
I tried so hard to get this thing to write my name. And I achieved, but it always looked like, I used to call it robot writing. And I know you probably can envision it in your brain. But I was obsessed with trying to make as many words as I could. Yeah.
Find one today. Great mornings with Joe and Jahna. Exciting Friday. We're expecting you to be joined by our little friend Phil for another edition of Strip Club or Daycare about 7:35 this morning.
Oh, I miss Phil.
And we've got more Luke Combs tickets for you to win. Luke Combs is going to be up at the MetLife Center next Friday. We have your chance to win Luke Combs tickets about 8:50. Good morning, we're Joe and John. You need to know this morning. We're still bummed out that the Atlantic City Air Show has been canceled. The hope is the air show can be brought back in the future, maybe as early as next summer.
The Coast Guard and the help of a Good Samaritan rescued a boater whose sailboat capsized on Barnegat Bay. So terrifying. The boat's owner was taken to a nearby station and no serious injuries were reported. A commercial salvage boat righted the sailboat and towed it to Bayville.
After this weekend, Major League Baseball will be rolling into the All-Star break. Your Philadelphia Phillies currently have a very comfortable 9.5-game lead over Atlanta in the National League East.
And your South Jersey weather for today, on and off rain all day with a high of 83.
Jahna's Fangirl Update.
Well, condolences go out to Tim McGraw and his entire family this week. He and the fam are grieving over the loss of his beloved Uncle Henry, Hank Thomas McGraw. In a lengthy post that he shared to social media, multiple platforms, the country singer explained in depth, the impact that his uncle had on him and the legacy that he leaves behind. I won't read the whole thing, but he said, "We lost the patriarch of the McGraw family, our beloved Uncle Hank. He was just an incredible man." And he goes on to pretty much just explain how near and dear this man was to not only his own heart, but the entire family as a whole. We have that up for you right now. CatCountry1073.com. And if there is a country song that has taken America by storm right now, it's the new artist Dasha, and it's called Austin. We're playing it right here on Cat. No denying it's super catchy, but it's also an on-target shot at her ex-boyfriend. She wrote it single-handedly. She is the definition of a songwriter. She's going to be around for a while, whether she chooses to be an artist for a long time or go behind the scenes. We've got more on that up for you right now on the Cat Country 107.3 app. That's Jahna's Fangirl Update on Cat Country 107.3.
Country 107.3. Mornings with Joe and Jahna. Later this morning, Luke Combs tickets for you to win. He's going to be at MetLife Stadium up in East Rutherford next weekend.
It is going to be a great show.
We'll have tickets to give away about 8:15 this morning. In the meantime, Jahna, here's your trivia question for this morning.
Oh, man.
What is the current price of a first-class stamp?
What is the current price of a first-class stamp?
Have you ever mailed anything in your life? Like gone to the post office and got a stamp and mailed anything?
Yeah, and I really hated it. I'm going to say 82 cents.
You're actually a little high.
74 cents.
The current price of a first-class forever stamp is
56?
68 cents.
Dang.
But it's going to go up to 73 cents this weekend.
I was really close. My second guess was 74.
I remember where stamps were, I think. Friday morning, we have Luke Combs tickets for you to give away about 8:15. Before that, about 7:30, or before 7:30, or a little after 7:30, our little friend Phil will join us.
I miss Phil. I'm excited to talk to him.
Club or Day. Cat Country 107.3. Mornings with Joe and Jahna. Time now for your Cat Country joke of the morning.
Here we go.
We do this every weekday morning at this time. And Tracy in Stone Harbor sent us the joke today. Thank you, Tracy.
Of course she did. Thank you, Tracy.
Walking up to a department store's fabric counter, the pretty young girl said, "I'd like to buy this material for a new dress. How much does it cost?" The male clerk behind the counter said, 1 kiss per yard. "That's fine," said the girl. "I'll take 10 yards.
Wow.
With expectation and anticipation written all over his face, the clerk measured out the cloth, wrapped it up, then teasingly held it out.
Lucky guy.
The girl snapped up the package, pointed to the old man standing next to her, and said, "Grandpa will pay the bill." It's Cat Country 107.3 with Joe and Jahna. It's Kenny Chesney. Speaking of blowing that smoke, a local college has a brand new major. We'll talk You're gonna
Great, well, this is the world we live in.
You're going to be paying for your kids' college so they can do what?
I know,
we'll talk
right?
about that coming up at 7:20. It's Cat Country 107.3. Cat Country 107.3. Mornings with Joe and Jahna. Time now for your Cat Country dumb story of the morning.
Where are we going?
To Poland, police stopped a driver, walked up to the car, did a search, and found out that he was carrying a venomous snake, a gun, and a bottle of whiskey.
Interesting combo.
See, we are all the same.
Okay.
Pretty much on and off throughout the day. New survey out this morning finds 63% of voters describe both President Biden and Donald Trump as embarrassing.
Duh.
What I don't understand is the 37% of you who think they're not embarrassed. Good morning, we're Joe and John. You need to know this morning. We're still bummed out that the Atlantic City Air Show has been canceled. The hope is the air show can be brought back in the future, maybe as early as next summer.
The Coast Guard and the help of a Good Samaritan rescued a boater whose sailboat capsized on Barnegat Bay. So terrifying. The boat's owner was taken to a nearby station and no serious injuries were reported. A commercial salvage boat righted the sailboat and towed it to Bayville.
After this weekend, Major League Baseball will be rolling into the All-Star break. Your Philadelphia Phillies currently have a very comfortable 9.5 game lead over Atlanta in the National League East.
And your South Jersey weather for today, on and off rain all day with a high of 83.
With Joe and Jahna. Our friend Phil joins us in about 15 or 20 minutes for a strip club or daycare. And at 8:20 this morning, we've got your Luke Combs tickets to win.
Luke, but you know what time it is right now. It is...
Cat Country wanting birthday shout-outs. Happy birthday to Darlene McCourt of Cape May Courthouse. Her name is McCourt, and she lives in Courthouse.
See that? There it is.
She's 59 today.
Right there.
Happy birthday to Tracy Pfeiffer in Collings Lakes. Angela Paulson is 45 today, and Susan Remillard of Sewell is 56. Happy birthday, Susan. That's it, a short list today. If we missed you, happy one to you as well. The recipient of our Cat Country Big Birthday shout-out today, Tracy Pfeiffer of... Take a stroll on the Atlantic City Boardwalk. You might notice a big cloud of smelly smoke.
I mean...
Now that everything's legal. But we might soon see that big smelly cloud of smoke coming from somewhere else in Galloway Township.
Not that it doesn't already, but yes. So, congratulations to Stockton University. They are the first educational institution in the entire state to offer cannabis studies. Your student will be taking out student loans to study
for $80,000 a year.
Right here in South Jersey. That is now a thing. It was announced this week, yesterday, as a matter of fact.
I guess it is a growing business, right?
Yes, and a new career path unlocked, Joe Kelly. Where was this when we were in school?
Well, it was in school. By our Mornings with Joe and Jahna coming up in an hour at about 8:20. Luke Combs tickets for you to win. Luke Combs is going to be at the MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford next Friday night, July 19th. We have your tickets coming up in about an hour at 8:20 on Cat Country 107.3. And coming up later at 9 a.m., going live at seizethedeal.com, we've got a new Seize the Deal. This is for one of our favorite places lately, PJ Buckets in Ventnor in Ocean City.
So good.
We've got some great seafood boils. They've got some great lobster rolls.
We love the soup,
much
too.
More. Yeah, and you can get a $50 gift certificate for just $25 for PJ Buckets. That starts at 9 o'clock this morning and won't last long at Seize the Deal. Cat Country 107.3, Mornings with Joe and Jahna. It's that time of the week we stop everything that we're doing and welcome our little friend.
Phil, it's been forever, honey.
Hi, Phil.
Yes, hi, this is Phil Matt 11. Hi, I'm calling for Mr. Kelly and Miss Jahna, please. Hi.
There we are.
Hello. He doesn't even recognize our voices.
How's everything in the world of Phil?
I did not recognize voices. Hello, Joseph and Miss Jahna. I'm wonderful. Thank you. I missed you so much.
We missed you, Phil. Ugh.
We're going to play a game called Strip Club or Daycare with you today. Does that work?
Not that there's anything wrong with that, sure.
Jahna, you ready?
I'm always ready.
It's called Bumblebee in Greenville, South Carolina. Bumblebee. Strip club or daycare?
Be careful, it'll sting you. Get it?
Jahna's locked in her answer. What do you think, Phil?
But a bump. Strip club, Joseph.
Daycare.
It is a daycare. Jahna takes a 1-0 lead. All right, number 2. Sandy's Sandbox in Macon, Georgia. Sandy's Sandbox.
Well, this just got awkward. Okay.
Jahna's locked in her answer. What do you think, Phil?
Try not to get it in your mouth during that time. Yes. The Sandbox, huh?
Oh, my
Wow.
God.
Cats not allowed, I guess, huh?
Oh, jeez.
Daycare, Joseph.
It's a daycare.
You're both correct.
Yes.
Jahna takes a 2-1 lead, and we have one more. We're going to Baton Rouge, Louisiana. It's called Lil, L-I-L, Lil Wildcats.
Uh-huh.
And Baton Rouge, Lil Wildcats, strip club or daycare?
Okay.
Jahna has locked in her answer. What do you think, Phil, for Lil Wildcats?
I'm going to go strip club, Joseph. I like Lil.
Daycare.
Jahna says daycare. Phil says strip club. Jahna is correct. She wins 3-1. Congratulations, Jahna.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, somebody had to.
Yeah, somebody had to win.
Somebody stepped up, thank goodness, because
It's just like the Super Bowl. Somebody had to win.
Somebody's going to win.
Presidential election. Somebody has to win.
my season was more like Aaron Rodgers' last year. Yeah, 4 plays out.
There you go.
The real win is that we got Phil back. We love you, Phil.
So thanks for joining us. We'll probably talk to you next week with Joe and Jahna. Oh, yes, we have Luke Combs tickets for you to win. Luke Combs going to be at the MetLife Stadium up in East Rutherford next Friday night. We have your tickets to win coming up at 8:15 this morning. Cat Country 107.3. 3 mornings with Joe and Jahna. Yes, we have more Luke Combs tickets to give away this morning. Your chance. Good morning. You need to know this morning. We're still bummed out that the Atlantic City Air Show has been canceled. The hope is the air show can be brought back in the future, maybe as early as next summer.
The Coast Guard and the help of a Good Samaritan rescued a boater whose sailboat capsized on Barnegat Bay. So terrifying. The boat's owner was taken to a nearby station and no serious injuries were reported. A commercial salvage boat righted the sailboat and towed it to Bayville.
After this weekend, Major League Baseball will be rolling into the All-Star break. Your Philadelphia Phillies currently have a very comfortable 9.5 game lead over Atlanta in the National League East.
And your South Jersey weather for today, on and off rain all day with a high of 83.
Cat Country 107.3, mornings with Joe and Jahna. Time now for my favorite tweets for the last 24 hours.
And here we go.
There are 5 of them. Number 1, the new American dream is now getting murdered and having a Netflix special made about your grisly death.
Yeah. That's it.
Number 2,
right there.
I really thought I would have been talked through defusing at least one bomb by now in my life.
Never happened. Not a thing.
Number 3, speaking of which, after-school specials led me to believe I would be offered more free drugs.
That's factual as well.
Number 4, if someone made a wake-up alarm with the sound of a pet throwing up, I'd be up so fast and never worry about hitting the snooze button again.
You have no idea. With my Windex or whatever the heck in hand that I was going to use.
All right, we're Joe and Jahna. These are my favorite tweets. Last one, number 5. Sometimes the most important, the most exciting part of my day is panicking that I've lost my phone while holding Country 107.3, mornings with Joe and Jahna. Up next, we've got a couple tickets to give away to see Luke Combs is Growing Up and Getting Old tour coming to the MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford next Friday night. That's July 19th at 5:45. By the way, you can still get tickets through Ticketmaster.com. We're going to play a new game. It's called 7 Seconds. You'll have 7 seconds to name 5 things, and if you can do that before the buzzer sounds, you win tickets to see Luke Combs. If you can't do that,
I'm sorry, you're out.
So if you would like to play 7 seconds to victory, be caller 7 right now, 609-38. Time to give away some Luke Combs tickets. Luke Combs is going to be at the Metro Life Stadium in East Rutherford next Friday night. We've got 2 tickets for Luke Combs we're going to give away with our game called 7 Seconds to Win. You ready?
Yes.
Let's go to the phones. Cat Country, your caller 7.
Nice.
Who's this?
Eric.
Eric, where are you from?
Cape May.
You can speak up just a little bit, Eric. That would be great.
Sorry about that.
That's
Cape
right.
May.
All right, Eric, what we're going to do is we're going to ask you to name 5 things in 7 seconds. I'm going to give you the category in a second. You understand?
Yep.
5 things in 7 seconds. Here we go. Eric, I need you to name 5 fast food chain restaurants. Go.
McDonald's, Taco Bell, Burger King, In-N-Out, and I don't know. What the heck's that one? Wendy's.
Eric, you got Cat Country 107.3 mornings with Joe and Jahna. We got a new Seize the Deal going live at 9 o'clock this morning at seizethedeal.com. It's for PJ Buckets, located in Ventnor and Ocean City. And Paul is with us from PJ Buckets. Good morning, Paul.
Hi, Paul.
Good morning. You love being here.
Thanks for coming. What's going on
My
at PJ
pleasure.
Buckets? This got to be your busy time of the year.
It is. I know you're busy. You're all over the place.
Oh, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Every year is crazy. This year is even crazier. But we're loving it, Jesus. We love what we do. We love the people we serve. I look forward to every single day. It's great, and we're doing more and more of the festivals and events and everything.
Awesome.
What we do with the Ventnor Ski Beach, we'll be there tonight with Don't Call Me Francis, and
Love that.
the area's best lobster rolls, our mac and cheese, shrimp mac, crab mac, lobster mac, our cornbread. Feels like I'm forgetting something. We might even have soups tonight.
I was going to say, your soup,
Yeah.
don't leave your soups out, man. They're the best.
It's crazy how much soup we sell in the summer.
You would think it wouldn't be, but I know it's always a hot seller for you. But speaking of like summer dishes, what's been the most popular this season?
You know, we launched, I think it was last year, you lose track, the king crab boil and the crab feast boil. Boy, in Ocean City, it's become probably 75% of our, I know I should know this, 75% of our sales.
Wow.
It's super, super popular. Snow crab's always great. They're always the size of my forearms. King crab this year has just been fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
Seafood right at the shore. Who would have thought?
Who would've thought
Hey,
it?
that's where we started.
Cat Country 107.3. We're talking with Paul from PJ Buckets. You guys have two locations. You're in Ventnor on North Dorset Avenue. And where in Ocean City?
Ocean City, we're at 8th and Ocean. Real easy. Lots of room and stuff. You know, we're so tight in Ventnor. I hope you want to sit outside or, make a reservation. And we seat 17 in Ventnor if two people sit on trash cans. But we've got people sit at the counter all the time, too.
Yeah.
But we've got plenty of room in Ocean City. You still make a reservation if you don't mind. And we got plenty of seating outside. And it's beautiful. We've had such a great summer.
Paul, what's your favorite thing on the menu?
Oh, that's a rough one. I'll tell you a funny story. We make that mac and cheese fresh every day, and we don't reuse it. And I eat that mac and cheese 200 times a day.
That's great.
I hate waste, and I love our mac and cheese. Everybody talks about the cornbread. That's been in our family
Yeah.
for at least 100 years. I'd say my most favorite thing on the menu, the thing we're probably most proud of, boy, that's tough. The Jersey boil, but I'm not a giant hot fan. But boy, if you're a hot fan, that Cajun boil, we can make it hot or we can cause death. Whatever you want, you just tell us.
It's called PJ Buckets. The Seize the Deal deal goes live at 9 o'clock this morning. It's not going to last long. Check it out at seizethedeal.com.
Yeah, it didn't last last time.
No, it
did
did not.
No, it did
I don't
not.
even think it lasted the day.
No, so you got to get it while you can. Again, it's PJ Buckets in Ventnor and